You have a complex spell indeed.
Fern, you know what to do, don't you? Yes.
Whoa, look at the animation.
Whoa, the impact frames are sick.
Whoa. She's been preparing her with the same type of drill. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is my beautiful wife Montana. This is Waddles, this is Hogarth, and that's Rue over there.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 3 of Frieren, Killing Magic.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Do you think that's... So the way you read that, were you thinking like it's the act of killing the concept of magic? Or do you think it's...
My impression was that there's
magic?
Someone out there who's trying to kill all magic.
Really? Okay.
Not
so that's the way you
specifically
read it.
magic
I
that
thought it was
is
like
used for
Avada
killing.
Kedavra,
like specifically, like
killing
there's
magic.
baking magic and growing magic and killing magic.
Yeah, that's
okay.
what I'm thinking.
All right. Could really be either.
Oh.
We can do a trick. Yay!
God. Don't fall in the crevice. Oh, go. Oh no, he fell in the crevice. There he is. Look, I got him back.
Oh,
yeah, I'm wondering if you fight as a mage in this universe, if like you learn killing magic by fighting evil mages, you just kind of see it. If you're excited for episodes of Frieren coming every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe down below. Also, check out the Patreon link in the description below to see these episodes of Frieren now, including the next 11 episodes ahead, and all these episodes of other shows we're watching. Alright, are we excited for Season 1, Episode 3 of Frieren?
Absolutely.
Alright, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
A cat.
I also think it's like the start of Frieren's appreciation of life, you know?
Yeah.
27 years
Let's
of
split up and replenish
looking
our
for the good
traveling
stuff.
supplies.
You'll be shopping too? You've
Classic
assigned all the
D&D scenario.
necessities to me. There's food, water, other daily essentials. I'm a bit confused as to what that leaves for you to buy.
Herbs and things of the like.
Not sketchy at all.
That's the face she makes when she's hiding something from me. I've known Mistress Frieren for a long time. Nothing good happens when she makes that face.
Oh no.
She's plotting to buy something we don't need.
What I got.
What are you going to use that for?
A
Decor.
corrosive potion that only dissolves clothing.
Return it.
Here, a history tome.
How do they carry all this?
Best of luck. I'll meet you at the inn later.
That's a classic D&D thing too, is just not really actually carrying stuff, just to carry weight.
We can't afford to waste what meager funds we have. I better keep a close eye on her. An accessory shop? You should stop going to sleep with wet hair. Really. I never thought she would be interested in fashion.
What could be happening here?
She seems so conflicted. Huh? What's that face? In all these years, I've never seen Mistress Frieren look so troubled before.
Kitty cat. You have your cat.
She's being such a cutie. Maybe she's buying gifts.
Yeah.
I suppose one accessory doesn't hurt. That's better than heavy bones or strange potions. I should probably get back to my own shopping.
Is there anywhere I can get a good dessert in this town?
No way, now she's taking it too far.
Try the tower.
Oh,
It's over in the
dessert.
basement of that building. You should ask there.
I will, thanks.
It's been months since I've even seen a granule of sugar.
So sneaky.
This must be the place. Does anyone know where I can get a good dessert around here?
Something tells me this isn't a pastry-loving crowd.
A dessert joint. Do you realize who you're talking to?
We're tough guy McTough guy.
We're all personally bakers.
Sweet teeth in town, lucky lady.
Hell
We'll
yeah.
find you a sugar fix near or far.
I was
Wait,
not
I love it.
expecting that.
I
Well,
would have thought you lot too rugged for sweets.
A bit of sugar fills us with the energy we need to adventure on. Hope you enjoy.
She must be on her way to the restaurant. Huh? That's strange. She's heading in the direction of our inn. Did she give up on dessert? I'm not even close to done shopping.
You're late.
I'm sorry.
No matter. Put down your things. I was thinking, it's been too long since we've had a treat.
Oh, she was just scouting something out for them?
Incredible view. A superb recommendation.
Yeah.
I feel awful.
all right.
It was wrong of me to ever doubt you.
What do you mean? Choose whatever you would like.
You're absolutely sure we can afford this?
I've been saving up in secret.
Oh, was she getting her
It's
again?
capable of saving.
That's cute.
What will you order, Mistress Frieren?
This is so well animated.
Yeah, it's
Today
beautiful.
I feel like
Like, I've been told, by the way, just by keep an eye on this, anybody picks up a bag, puts on a cloak, does any simple action, it's so well animated the whole time in this
Yeah.
series, it's worth looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Like light with the pencil.
Yeah.
today I feel like
You feel like Merker pudding, right?
Tonight you feel like Merker pudding, don't you?
how did you know?
What?
She thinks of
You
him a
travel with
lot.
someone for years and you pick up on things. I can just tell with you.
I can't tell what any of you are thinking.
Then we should put in more effort so you can get to know us better. My favorite food for starters is a roof omelet.
Mine is grapes. The sour, the better. And mine
Booze,
is...
correct? You make that clear, you corrupt priest.
That is nothing to blush about.
I find it disturbing that your vice is a primary player in our tale.
I'm sorry, Fern.
I love those
What do you
flashbacks.
have to be sorry for?
I realized I didn't
Oh,
know
wow.
the first thing about you.
That looks nice.
Didn't know what sort of present you would like.
She was getting a gift.
Oh, nice.
This is for me? I completely forgot it was my birthday.
Oh,
Oh.
that's
Frieren
sad.
remembered.
But
That's such a
Frieren-
sign.
Yeah.
No?
Is that a brooch?
Yeah,
Beautiful
butterfly.
butterfly
It's a
metamorphosis.
Right?
hair ornament.
Absolutely perfect. Thank
Super
you, I
cute.
love it.
I did well.
Very well. And because you're hopelessly dense when it comes to these things, allow me to be clear. I am overjoyed that you're trying to get to know me. That
Oh.
is a gift in itself.
Simply trying means that much.
Maybe we should find you a spell for understanding people's feelings.
If only there was one of those.
Yeah. Okay, love that whole
Beautiful.
scene.
So cute.
And Frieren's starting to understand, like, the importance of the little things to humans, you know?
Yeah. I wouldn't even call it understanding as much as understanding that she doesn't have to understand.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
But more, I mean, remembering that it's a thing.
Yeah,
like
totally.
seeing it.
Mhm.
Like, because, like, I feel like for her, it's like difficult probably to remember birthdays and all that because of
100%.
how time passes. So
Yeah.
that's huge.
No, totally.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And also, she tried so hard. That was so
That
sweet.
was, there was so much effort.
Yeah.
It's interesting because effort is such a big thing for humans, but it doesn't even really strike her as anything because she just has like endless time. She can just wander around a market. But the idea of like, wow, she really looked at everything and thought, what would I like? You know,
Yeah.
that's sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, and she's
Hey,
wearing the
Fern,
clip.
Are you ready to
Yeah.
be off?
Sure.
Two little birds.
Yeah. Wonder when we get our third adventurer.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the truth, mistress. Does our journey have a notable purpose this time?
Not Not especially. Hopefully we'll be able to find some decent spells, though. That and, whenever possible, I'd like to retrace the adventures I had with Himmel and the others.
Oh,
Before
Sweet.
the
Yay.
sense of it fade.
Remembering those adventures, it's very important to you, isn't it?
I don't know. That's what I want to find out.
interesting.
Okay.
It seems you've finally grown taller than me.
Well, I am 16.
Aw.
I could be your big sister.
Is that right? Our diets are largely the same, so that can't be the culprit. How strange.
Damn.
A duel? Oh,
Your defensive training
Nice.
is coming along nicely.
Wow.
Now, let's put your work to the test. I aimed for the gaps in your magic. If this were a real fight, you'd be dead.
whoa.
Right. How will you handle it this time?
With no gas.
Good.
Aha!
Okay.
And this time?
This is sick.
That is plenty for today.
Wow. Frieren is cracked.
She's quite the teacher.
Yeah, but also
That was
just
intense.
magic-wise, she's producing
So
some really
powerful.
cool-looking stuff.
Yeah.
With such ease, too.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive magic is powerful, but it rapidly depletes your mana. Maintain defense.
You remember
over
mana?
large-
Yes.
It's a magic meter.
Yes.
Like,
I know that.
yeah.
I know that word.
Maintain defense over a large area, and you'll exhaust your supply in seconds.
Meaning that the best option is to cast it in select locations at the precise moment of impact.
Exactly.
You gotta be precise. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
We've been practicing nothing but defense for ages.
Yes, to improve your odds of survival.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
the
that
biggest
makes
one.
sense. Being able to cast one defensive spell can protect you from most every offensive spell. It's eerie how powerful they are.
You haven't read the tome on magical history I gave you. Magic is just as much about theory as it is about practice. Fine. You leave me no choice but to read it to you at bedtime every night.
Oh,
I'll read it myself.
Oh
I'm not a child
no.
anymore.
That's fine.
well-drawn arch.
Why
Gorgeous.
is this village so special? It's just another place to find spells, right?
No, unfortunately not.
It's all up to the weather now.
Could one of you gentlemen help us?
It's an elf. That hair.
Wonder if the old guy
Do
remembers.
you
or-
happen to be the mage they call Frieren?
Yep.
How did you know that?
You're here to see the place where Qual was sealed. I'll show you the way.
Quall?
The elder sage of corruption, Qual. He's a horrific demon, responsible for the many atrocities
Just Gran Torino,
that fell
but-
this region. About 80 years ago, Himmel
Qual.
the hero and his party sealed him away.
Wow.
That seal doesn't have much time left, so I'm here to defeat him before he's an issue.
Oh.
Where
Oh.
does your information come from? I don't recall telling anyone about this.
Until about 30 years ago, Himmel always went out of his way to pay our town an annual visit. He told me it was to
Wow.
check on the condition of the seal.
He was always rather soft at his core.
You were a frequent subject of conversation between us two. We agreed you were quite heartless for not checking on him.
She's a touch cold.
Sorry about that.
But still, she's not so heartless that she'd leave your village to its fate. When the seal is on the verge of collapse, she'll appear.
And it would seem he was
Whoa.
right.
That's so interesting.
Indeed.
That's not fun to hear, I bet.
Yeah, like, this is all fueled by her regret of not spending more time with Himmel.
Yeah. It seems like it.
Like, it's sad that she learned the lesson when the person...
It was already too late.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and also, I don't know, I think the idea of like wishing you had spent more time with someone after they die is fairly universal, but to hear that that person thought of you as like cold and heartless for not checking in more, that just kind of confirms it.
Well, and also I don't think that it's universal for her. Like, I think elves, it's not like that.
I think it's universal for humans.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
she wouldn't understand that.
Yeah,
And like,
very
I think
true.
it was her, like, I'm like, oh, I wish it had happened earlier, and then she could appreciate him more. And then I'm like, it had to happen that way, because that's somebody who she cared about enough for it to affect her and
Yeah.
make her rethink things. But it's just kind of tragic.
Yeah.
They'll have a turn back time spell somehow. Also,
Yeah.
same shot of them too.
Right.
Looks up just, yeah, same. So, are we going to see some sick animation here? Little battle, or? She said defeat him, not reseal. Oh my goodness.
What a monster.
Yeah.
I was right to assume that it's unstable. I shall dispel the seal tomorrow, then take care of Quall.
Huh. I wonder why she's so confident.
In the first place, weren't you? Why didn't you and the others defeat him when you had the chance?
The story isn't as enthralling as you might guess. I couldn't beat him. All the Demon King's forces were formidable, but Quall was an exceptional mage. He developed Zoltrak, the first piercing spell in the history of magic.
Whoa.
It
Whoa.
can pierce not only defensive spells, but the most
So
durable
this guy's a
magic
big deal.
resistant armors.
Whoa.
Directly targets and destroys the body.
So piercing
It's
spells
said
are his
that in
big
this
thing.
region, 40% of their adventurers and 70% of their mages were killed by Zoltrak.
Jesus Christ. Maybe that's why she's been training Fern.
It was too strong. And it was that strength that caused it to backfire on him.
That animation was also amazing. Like you saw.
It's painfully clear that you haven't read your history tome.
Oh.
You sure you don't need nightly bedtime stories?
I'll start reading now.
Don't. It's fine. It's more important that you get a good night's sleep. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
She's so confident. But yeah, so this guy developed like a piercing spell that's like so powerful, it like kind of permeated other magic.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty big threat. The only logical reason I could see for Frieren being so unconcerned is that she's leveled up so much over the years and he's stuck.
That's my thought.
So maybe
yeah.
so potentially she just like has this handled.
Like maybe the reason she says like you haven't read your history is because she's like, if you'd read that chapter, you'd see like it was a big deal at the time, but then it prompted this whole new development of powerful spells, and now it's like really trivial.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think you're right, like leveled up over time, and he'll just still be stuck in the past. Bringing her is like so bold. This feels like Gojo with Yuji.
Yeah.
With Jogo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here he comes.
She's thawing him. Gorgeous manicure.
Time no see, Frieren. How many years has it been now?
80.
No time at all, then.
For us, perhaps not.
Oh, so he
What's
probably
the
lives a
call
while
of
too.
the Demon King.
We killed him.
I see. Then I shall avenge his death.
Fern, cast a defensive spell.
Holy shit.
Whoa. So he used the piercing.
Oh, what have we here? You blocked Zoltrak.
Whoa.
That defensive
Wow.
spell of yours must be powerful indeed.
Mistress Frieren, can you please tell me what's going on? That was ordinary offensive magic.
You just saw his life's work. Allow me to introduce you to Zoltrak, the great killing magic of legend.
Ah, okay, so you were right.
Your spell was simply too powerful. After you were sealed
80
away,
years ago.
mages
Yeah.
across the land studied and analyzed Zoltron
Yeah.
until they had a complete understanding of it. In just a few years, your work was incorporated into humankind's magic system. And
Really?
new defensive spells
They
with
took
power
it?
like none before were developed in response.
Wow.
Very cool.
The magic resistance offered by equipment has improved significantly as well. These advancements have made Zoltron a death sentence no longer. Your great weapon is now ordinary offensive magic.
Whoa.
She wanted to wake him up just to tell him this.
Yeah.
In the span of 80 years. Qual,
Humanity. Yeah.
if you don't resist, I'll grant you a painless death.
It's interesting, but I see what you've done. Your defense attunes itself to my magic, and then disperses its power. You have a complex spell indeed.
Did they account for him adjusting after they tell him this?
We'll see.
Out the weakness of defensive magic. Fern, you know what to do, don't you?
Yes.
Whoa, look at the animation.
Whoa, the impact frames are sick.
Oh, hold on, we gotta see that
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. And then we're gonna keep going. but-
Yeah.
You know what to do, don't you?
Oh my god.
Remember from our practices.
Then I'm going to ask that you protect me as well.
Whoa. She's been preparing her with the same type of
Holy shit.
drill. Whoa.
Oh, is that, how long can
She's
she keep
got it.
this up? Okay, so now Frieren's gonna attack.
Zoltron.
Wait, she used it back on him.
Or just, yeah, maybe.
Mom.
Dang.
Stellar work, Queen.
That spell is
Yeah, I used it back on
That's
him.
so disrespectful.
That was
I'm
sick.
obsessed.
Yeah. What a fight. That was, and the music. Wow.
Calling it his life's work and then
That was amazing.
just reflecting it. Not actually, but like, you know what I mean?
Because
Yeah.
of you, our quiet village can live in peace once more.
I've seen that hat.
This old thing. Around these parts, the sun beats down on us all year long. Every farmer has one.
I've seen this one, this exact straw hat.
What? Luffy?
Did she know that guy? Yeah.
You. You're the little delinquent who flipped up my skirt.
What?
If you've got a death wish, you brat!
There's Bakugo right there.
Yeah.
I have self-control!
You better not kill me.
Yourself, and I'll allow you to peek up mine instead.
Gross. So you're still alive then?
Thanks to your visit, I'll be able to live even longer. I'm glad I trusted Himmel's words and waited for you to come.
Yeah, imagine if they tried to wake him up by themselves.
Yeah, or if the seal
course.
just broke. Well, I wonder if your typical mage can now just deal with that.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I loved that whole description of like,
Yeah.
hey buddy, you're in like the steam engine era and we have
Yeah.
like sports cars. Like,
Yeah, like we have Bluetooth, you fucking freak. Like, what are you doing?
exactly. That was so interesting.
Yeah.
You saved them. They all seem so thankful.
She's already halfway
Yes,
through the
but not
book.
to me.
Yeah.
His prophecy
Mm,
came
yes
to
to
pass.
you.
Himmel is who they believed in.
I don't understand exactly. But it seems to me that the person Himmel believed in all this time was you.
Oh.
Oh.
What is it,
Prophecy.
mistress?
Nothing.
Great
All right,
episode.
beautiful.
Wow.
All that I'm saying is when the inevitable happens, return to this place. And I, the legendary mage Flama, will be here
Yeah.
to help.
It was her master.
Wow.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Yeah, maybe she can speak to the dead, and she knew she'd have this regret, so she has
Wow.
the... Wait.
So
Whoa.
those are Flama
That's
starts?
incredible. This show's so nice.
This show's like a warm hug.
It's very peaceful.
Oh, I love it.
Very cozy.
Just cozy, nice.
Perfect for winter.
But the animation was
stunning.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
What a spectacle there.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you enjoyed that episode and are excited for more episodes every Saturday. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, they're all posted to Patreon in their extended full-length forms, along with episodes of all the other shows we're watching. We have a lot to discuss, but before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's review.
Thank you for watching. For now, we're going to go to questions given to us by our amazing Patreon members. If you want to ask us questions we answer after every episode of any show we watch, join the link in the description below and start asking. For now, let's go to question 1. A fun fact also, that killing spell is the same one she was shooting at that rock across the way in the beginning.
Okay, wow.
It's just common.
It was so basic that it was like number 1 to just kind of get your bearings. That's crazy.
All right, question 1. Kala asks, what are your thoughts on the idea of a dangerous magic spell being made into a basic level spell through the use of science in a world of magic? Do you believe that if magic existed, humanity would be able to study it through science, or will we have to study it through a different method? Also, what do you think of the demon's design? They say, P.S. This is my first time question on your episode. Reactions. Hope this is not a spoiler.
Thank you.
That's
perfect.
A great question.
Amazing. Thank you. Okay, I thought the demon design was amazing. Very, very scary, and I also loved the way it kind of, like the way they animated it thawing and coming back to life. I thought was really, really cool. I think the idea of something being so dangerous and deadly, and then you study it enough, and then you come up with like a very obvious solution that just makes it a non-issue. Super cool, and it reminds me of like smallpox and measles, where like it was a huge deal forever.
Or like polio.
Exactly. I think we would be able to study magic through science, just because, I mean, most stuff at one point was not understood.
This is what I was
assigned. That's magic. That's something, it's an unknowable entity. And then you learn more in general, you learn more about it. And then it becomes very explainable and sometimes rudimentary.
If it's repeatable and it requires certain components and you can figure those out, then and I think this about D&D too, wizards and mages are pretty much the scientists of D&D.
Yeah. Well, and I think like the kind of medical advances that humanity has had, like some of the stuff you hear about now, it's like that's magic. And just because it has a scientific explanation, that to me doesn't make it less magical that we can do all this insane stuff.
Press a button and send a sound to a different location to be heard, or
just because there's science that explains it, that's also magical.
Technology is kind of our magic.
Exactly.
And I just think that magic in shows are just what we technically can't do yet in physics, but if you go back at previous magic in shows, sometimes we've achieved some of it.
Exactly. Because what is a plane if not magic?
Exactly, yeah. We can achieve flight. It's just typically real world magic is just a lot bulkier. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
It's like we have flying suits.
For now.
Yeah, but anyway, Fern. She's only around for now, and Frieren's around. She's free till the end.
Good one.
But wow, that was let him cook. His writing is fire. But anyway,
it's just like progressive.
Anyway,
progressively worse.
Okay, I think it would be similar to science, and I loved its portrayal in that scene. That was so interesting.
Amazing.
Yeah, let's go to our second question. Olivia asks, in this episode, Frieren apologizes to Fern because she doesn't know anything about her and is surprised when Fern says she is grateful for Frieren even trying to. What do you think is the value that effort has in relationships, and is effort/trying enough? What does Frieren's willingness to put effort into her relationship with Fern demonstrate about her growth?
So effort and trying is everything. And this reminds me of one of my favorite, and this is like a critical, not like a critical part of our relationship, but something that we continue to come back to, and something that I attribute a lot of how amazing our relationship is to this like thing that we are both very mindful of. There was a study where they looked at a bunch of couples over like 30 years or something, and they just kind of took stock of everything that the successful ones did and the unsuccessful ones, what they didn't do. And they found that the greatest indicator of the success and happiness of a long-term relationship is turning into your partner's bid for connection. And the way they explained this in the study was looking at the birds. If your partner says, oh look, a bird, even if you don't give a shit about birds, you look at the bird because your partner is trying to connect with you. It's not about the birds, it's about the connection. And relationships that lasted 30 plus years and they were just as happy at, the end as they were in the very beginning, turned into and received each other's bids for connection like 90-something% of the time. Whereas couples that didn't last did not engage with each other like that. And that's looking at the birds is making an effort. That those two things are interchangeable to me.
Yeah, I think effort is everything, and like true effort. Yeah, no, generally if you're really trying and giving your full effort, and actually even if you fail at like a bid for connection like that, the bid itself is beautiful and like an act of love. Yeah. And I think that the more that you do it, the more you get to know them, and then you have a stronger relationship. Yeah, so I totally agree, and that's like our whole relationship motto. Yeah, she got me a ring when it's funny because this is an example of looking at the birds, but when I proposed to her, she had a ring in her bag already ready for like 2 months at that point.
For when you did, so that you could also have a ring.
So I could have a ring, because I love rings. But yeah, I just, and that of course made the moment a billion times more special. So
the ring had, I'll always look at the birds with you.
Oh yeah,
engraved on the inside.
Sorry, I didn't say that. Yeah, it also had, I'll always look at the birds with you engraved on it, and birds on it. So it was just a perfect demonstration of exactly what she was describing. And I think their relationship's going to grow if she just even tries at those connection moments. Yeah. Let's go to our final question. Final question. Mal asks, I'm sure by now you've gotten the gist of what the concept/theme of the show is. With that in mind, how do you feel about the concept of show in comparison to the other shows we've watched?
I really like it. It's definitely a completely different viewing experience.
Yeah.
There isn't really a sense of urgency that I feel like all of the other shows kind of rely on, not in a bad way, like I'm not saying this critically, to drive the plot, whereas they're just kind of wandering and experiencing life. It feels more like realistic and normal, even though it's like still magic.
Yeah, I feel like the pace of like where they're going and when is like, it feels almost like an epilogue, but like since you don't get the main story, it's like not an epilogue, it's a unique perspective.
Yeah.
And like I feel like delving into that's so interesting, like because sometimes with epilogues it'll get old because they'll keep flashing back, but when you flash back and haven't seen the flashbacks, it's its own story being told parallel to this one, which I really love that. Like I'm loving the vibes of it, and I just want to keep watching.
Yeah, totally.
And with that is it for episode 3 of Frieren. Are we excited for episode 4?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.